Hey everybody, Rich here, Rich's Custom Marine and Auto, and this one we're going to be working on our daughter's car. This is a 2003 V6 Mustang. She called us the other day and said, hey, when I'm going around a corner, the transmission's slipping. So of course we told her just pull over somewhere safely, shut it off, and it was about an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute drive for us to take our trailer up and get it. Of course, it was a day here in the Pacific Northwest and it was absolutely pouring rain. Got it home, and what I found, that adapter down there, that silver piece, when I put this radiator in here probably 6 months ago now, 5-6 months ago, there's a torque spec for those adapters if you have to use them, and obviously on this car we do. And I torqued those down. They came with the crush seal, was already on it, just a matter of torque it down and then put the line in the back of it. Well, it started leaking from that crush seal, so had to take the line off, pull that fitting out, and replaced it, put a new crush seal in there, torqued it back down, and then put the line on it. And it had lost about 2 quarts of fluid, so added the fluid back, went and did a test drive. Everything seems okay. Transmission holds really well. I don't think any damage was done to the clutch packs, but we're going to go ahead and do a service on this anyway. So we're going to do fluid and filter. I'll get this car up off the ground and we'll bring you guys along. For those of you that aren't familiar, over on the passenger side in the back, there's the transmission dipstick tube. That's what the handle of it looks like. Use Mercon V, Merc 5. Don't confuse that with Dex Merc, Dex 2, 3, Dex 6, all that. Make sure it says Mercon V. That's the only thing you can use in these. And then this is what the bottom of it looks like. That's the hot section. And then if the vehicle's cold, that's the cold range. So when you check these, you want it idling. So if you start the car up ice cold first thing in the morning or whatever, first start of the day, let it run until the idle comes down to the regular like 750, 800 idle before you check it. And then pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, stick it back in there and pull it back out. You check these in park in this particular vehicle, and then make sure it's within the cold range. And then when you get a chance, sometime when you come back home from work or you're done with your running around and you got a flat spot you can park it on and everything's all up to temperature, you do want to check it and make sure it's in the hot range. Usually you want it on the full mark of the hot range. So with the vehicle up off the ground like we have here, let's look underneath. For my jack stand placement, I put them underneath the K-member, close to where it mounts to the unibody, and then underneath the rear axle housings on each side, and it's real sturdy. Okay, so right there's the transmission pan, the engine oil pan being up there. So the next thing we'll do is, I've got a really big catch pan that I'll use, and I'll get that cleaned up and put it underneath here, and then we got to take all these bolts out. And what I do is break them all loose, and then I leave the corners in, because this makes a heck of a mess. And I'll take all the bolts out except for the 4 corners, and then I'll take one of the corners out and just let it start to drain. As a matter of fact, it'll probably be this one because it's a little shallower back here. So one of these I'll take out first, so that pan will lower down some, and then that fluid will just funnel out of there. Probably want to use gloves for this, guys. Automatic transmission fluid is nasty stuff. It's not good for you at all. Not that any fluids are good for you, but this stuff it's nasty. So that'll be our next step. Now, purpose for doing this is I want to see how much clutch pack material was inside this pan, and fluid looks a little dirty, but it's really not bad. I mean, you can see it's got the nice red tint to it, but I'm not seeing any glittery substance. It's not burnt. The magnet has absolutely normal wear material. So I think our daughter dodged a bullet here. It'll just be change the filter and put new fluid in there, and she'll be good to go. This is the Wix filter kit we're using for our transmission, which I believe is designated the 4R70W. I believe that's correct. On this particular transmission and filter setup, the filter has the seal built onto it there, and that makes it very nice and easy. On some other vehicles, like on my 2004 Dodge, you get a seal in the kit and you have to replace that, and absolutely make sure you replace that seal, because what will happen is, at least what happened on my Dodge, is it'll lose its prime and you can end up damaging your transmission. Thankfully I caught it. It's the first time I had ever done it on that rig. Okay, so we should be able to wiggle that and it'll come right out like it did. Now I can see on here that the seal is not on there, so I need to make sure that it's not up in the valve body either. Yep, it still was. Okay, we pulled the filter out of there, but the seal had actually stayed up inside, so I just grabbed a screwdriver. Be real careful, because you don't want to score the bore up inside of there. Now you want to take a little bit of transmission fluid and wet the new seal, and then you can pop that thing right back up in place like that. And aside from wiping around where the gasket goes, the bottom here is ready to go back together. Okay, I've taken and cleaned the pan up real good here, and what'll happen with these pans is where the bolts go, it'll pooch this metal out. It pulls that metal out. You want to take a ball peen hammer and carefully you want to pop those back in so it's nice and flat. And then I have the gasket laying in the sun right now because they ball them all up in the package. And I've wiped this thing out and wiped down the surface with isopropyl alcohol, and it still has dust on it from just sitting here. But I do put a little bit of ultra gray, just a small bead to hold the gasket in place, and then we can put that thing up on the transmission. Laying that thing out in the sun made it lay out nice. Now if you're doing this in wintertime, maybe put it in front of a heater or something like that for just a few minutes. I mean, it's just got to get warm. This particular Wix kit, it's a rubber gasket. The last one that I did on this car, it was a cork gasket. Either one is fine. They both work just fine. And like I said, we'll just wipe the gasket sealing surface. Now, just the opposite of before, I like to get the four corners. Make sure you look up inside the holes and you're not pushing the gasket off inside or outside. Make sure that thing's staying lined up. Got my torque wrench now, and we're gonna torque it to 10 foot-pounds or 120 inch-pounds. Kind of hard to show, but once they're torqued down, you should be able to see the gasket coming out just a little bit. So that's good. Now we're ready to go up top and start dumping fluid in. So hey guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. For this particular car, it took 5 quarts of fluid to get the transmission level back up to where it should be. Once I went and drove the car and got it all up to temp and everything, it was right at 5 quarts. So I also did an oil change for our daughter, oil and filter, and of course a couple test drives. Car's good, transmission's good, so she'll be back on the road, headed back to work tomorrow. So thanks again. Please subscribe. It supports us, helps us out. Like the video. Feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or anything you want. Appreciate the ones that are getting left right now, and we'll see you in the next one.